What's up, everyone? It's Matt here with the Matt Allen Real Estate Team. I am here today with Danielle from Total Mortgage. What's going on, Danielle?
Hey, how's it going? Good to be back here again.
Yeah, new company, new programs. We're
Yep,
excited.
good
Um,
stuff only.
yeah. Today, we're going to just keep it real brief. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's happening in the Central Florida market. And then I thought it'd be fun to fire questions at Danielle and see what her quick answers are going to be. As far as what the real estate market is doing, still chaotic. The last few weeks, we've had a very low inventory. Demand is starting to go up. The housing pricing is starting to go up. In Central Florida right now, we are running about $415,000 as the median price. Average price, that's pretty crazy.
Yep.
What are you seeing, Danielle, as far as interest rates are concerned?
Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of back and forth just with the Fed. Obviously, we would love to have a crystal ball, but this week specifically, because it does change almost 3 times a day. So this week we did see a bit of a climb yesterday. Today we're seeing it even out a little bit. So yesterday we were more so in the sevens, obviously dependent on credit score, purchase price, all that fun stuff that goes into a mortgage and approval. Today we're looking at mid sixes. And
Okay.
obviously that's kind of best case scenario that I inputted those numbers in.
Right.
So sixes, sevens, I think it's going to just go back and forth between those. We haven't really heard too much of the Fed bringing them down.
Right.
So that's the importance of getting that pre-approval, getting out there while the rates are still low.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go with the questions. You ready?
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right. All right. A number one question I get quite often: do you think interest rates will continue to climb? You kind of just answered that question, but I'll let you. You got 20 seconds on each one of these questions, so we keep it quick.
Awesome. Yeah, no problem. I think that it is so interesting because, we are seeing troubles with our economy still. There's massive amounts of layoffs happening. So we're hoping the Fed would even that out, to make the home buying process more affordable for people, to get them into houses, renters too. So hopefully they will bring it down, but I think that it's going to kind of stay in this, median between the sixes and sevens from what I'm seeing. But like I said, I don't have a crystal ball.
Right. Sure. My 2 cents. I don't see it changing that much either. And I've done previous videos saying the same thing. I think we're just going to see it kind of float up and down.
Yep.
But we'll have to wait and see on that. My second question I get all the time: I work with a lot of first-time home buyers. What's the least amount I can put down if I'm doing FHA, or if I work with Homes for Heroes, which I do a lot with VA?
Right.
Touch on that real quick.
Yeah, of course. So with VA, there's actually the opportunity to not put anything down, and that, ties to the funding fee, which is a conversation probably for a more in-depth time.
Right.
So VA, you don't necessarily need to put anything down. With FHA, the minimum is going to be 3.5% for first-time home buyers, and then for conventional, it's going to be 3% for first-time home buyers.
All right, keep going here. When buying new construction, is there any advantage? And I go through this a lot. Is there any advantage to going with the builder's preferred lender versus someone like yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely a decent question. And I do get a lot of loan estimates from new builds that do have their builder's lender on there. A lot of builder's lenders will give you credit. So you come to me, I'm going to let you know, hey, this is the better deal. Go with the builder's lender because they're able to offer you these credits to cut down your closing costs. We may have a way better rate that will lower their monthly payment. So it's about weighing out those options. So talking to someone like myself, I'm going to give you all of those options and we can make an educated decision financially for you.
And that's great. That's why I love working with Danielle, because she's not going to just tell you anything just to get your business. She's going to give you a realistic point of view as far as what works best for you as the client.
Exactly.
And I work pretty much the same way as well. So what advice do you have for someone that doesn't have great credit?
Yes. So this is a big thing. And this is something that we see and you and I were just talking about when we do a soft pull or hard pull. If we do a soft pull, I can pretty much see what's going on with your score. And at that point, I'll either set you up with a credit advisor, or I'll just give you the points where I can see it will lower your income or debt to income ratio. So the best thing that you can do is pay off all of your cards, because that's going to lower your monthly payment for debt. And that's going to give you better approval ratings. And it's going to, any usage on your cards, that's going to up your score automatically. So I think paying it off, being mindful of any transactions in the first, 2 months of you looking for homes, do not purchase anything. And then, just being very, very upfront and monitoring your credit in that certain sense. So just be careful of what you're spending, essentially.
Right. So let me ask you this. If you have let's say a 20% down payment, but your credit cards are maxed out, would it be better to put down a lower down payment and pay off those credit cards? Is that what you're saying?
So yes and no, because it's funny. It's a balancing act between the amount you're putting down, your credit score, and your debt to income ratio. So all three of those factors, it's a balancing act with Desktop Underwriter. So if I'm seeing your debt to income ratio is over 50%, I may tell you to use that down payment to pay off those cards to lower it. So it is a balancing act, and we would go through it together and again, work through it and see what the best scenario is for you specifically and for your financial situation.
All right, last question for you today, and then I'll turn it over to you. I get this question. I have buyers that are 6-8 months out, and they're very hesitant on pulling credit because they don't want to screw up their score. But at the same time, I have to figure out, what they're qualified to borrow.
Right.
So it's kind of a catch-22. Is there anything you would suggest as far as how to handle that?
Of course. So for us specifically, we can do a soft pull. I always ask for permission, obviously, because I don't want to ruin your score, especially if you're about 6 months out. So that's not our intention here. Once we get closer, such as 3 months out or 2 months out, that's when we're going to want to look at your credit, because we go back to what we were just talking about. I want to help you if you don't have a good credit score, build that credit. So I can see that with the soft pull. I can obviously see it in a little bit more depth with the hard pull, but I would say if you have a long timeline, ask your lender for a soft pull. Some lenders don't offer that. They automatically just do that. But we'll still go in and do a full pre-approval, looking at your income and all of that, so that we know we have accurate numbers. So there is a difference between pre-qual and a pre-approval, but we can go into that in a different video as well.
So that's all the questions I have for today. If you're not aware, Danielle is actually located in New York, and she does loans all over the United States. So she can help you out with whatever state you're in, wherever you're watching this. Danielle, do you want to give them your information and any other, tidbits as far as the lending and what's going on in today's market, March 2023?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I would say, number one, even if you're thinking about buying, please call me and talk to me. Or if you have a trusted lender, just open up the conversation, because a lot of people don't even know their options. So just in that sense, don't be scared to call and ask these questions, and at least gauge where you're at for your timeline. And then, yes, my name is Danielle Weinreb. I work at Total Mortgage, and my number is 818-442-2025. Feel free to text me, call me with any questions. Like Matt said, I am licensed throughout the nation, and so is obviously the lender that I work for. So any questions at all, feel free to shoot me a text or a call.
Awesome. Appreciate your time this morning. If anyone has questions regarding real estate, or they're living in Central Florida, moving to Central Florida, I'm happy to help. I've been in business since 2002. I'm Matt Allen, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Bye. Thanks, Danielle.